We back, baby. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, everyone. I'm tired, and I got work in... It's 9:30, 10. At 3. That gives me like 4 hours. That should give me 1 level of MSQ done. Which means we got 1 dungeon. No, we already did the dungeon, right? So I got no dungeons, just purely MSQ potential solo duties and exploring this area. Yeah. I'm excited, and what the fuck is happening in this game? I did a lot of off-stream grinding. Oh fuck. I don't need it. I forgot to grab my thingy. My Wondrous Tales. But that's fine for later. What is it? Adventures? Whatever. Oh yeah, fucking last night we can do that later as well. By later I mean I'll do that tonight. Got a 3rd submersible. That's Pog. I just finished all my custom deliveries. I got my fucking minor and botanist level 100. I'm free. I'm fucking free, dude. I never have to level them again until next expansion. And then crafters, I'm working all them right now. Got them all to 92. Slowly but surely we'll make our way up. We'll make our way up. I also... Oh my god. Guys, it's so tired. It's so... I don't know. But yeah, 2 nights ago, I also randomly found there's a person in Party Finder and Fates. Just going through them all to for Dawntrail, so I ended up getting Yoctel and Shaloni up to rank 3, and then only like 20 Fates away for each to finish. So I'll get those to max rank soon. We were just having like fucking massive parties for everyone. Yeah, now it's finally just the continuing MSQ, and what the fuck is this? It's truly a thing to look at, because I'm so fucking confused. Wait, somewhere. Is this Solution 9? Because the Golden City's really gold. Or whatever the fuck's past there. Is this how we get to Solution 9? Question mark? Well, actually, we'll be back in just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. It just got really cold, so I had to put on some warmer clothing. I was waiting. Oh, that's fun. What's in here? Nothing important, but... This feels like a Fate spawn, maybe. Or somewhere where a special boss. It seems like a fucking unique monster spawn from Xenoblade, that's for sure. I played the stream like 2 hours earlier. But then I got sidetracked by a bunch of stuff, so... It happens. Quest. What's this? Electric potential. $60K, baby. I also started oh my god, I'm so sorry. I tried slotting in some extra materia on my stuff. I didn't realize I was a +0, but just to help boost my stats even the tiniest bit, and then also just to even help the spirit bond go a bit, even if it's useless materia to meld. So we got that going. What's down here? What's down? Cave number 2. Just giant. This is so fucking Xenoblade, dude. Like, this whole switch feels like... To say it feels like this is very fucking not correct, but... It just feels like the Biotis to Mycota switch. Especially because, like, early Mycona's, like, the sword. It's just, like, very kind of barren. Why do they need food? Okay, so there are people here. Get the thingy on your head. Let's see. going on? Everkeep, is that here? It's Everkeep. Up north more. Wait, no, that's another Skywatch. Let's say finally another fucking porter in here of all places, but no, it's not even that. Some, you lose some. And can I cross over this? The bridge is there, but there might be personnel again saying that I got no fucking right being here. This is the practice area. That's for sure it. That's the sea stone sky area and whatnot. I can get over here. Can get weirder. Spire trial. Yeah, that sounds about right. I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet. At least I got a fucking path all the way there. That's nice. Gotta take a detour real quick. Fucking okay, now we're just Mother 3. We just got the fucking animals roboticized. And there's just fucking chimeras. What in the fuck is that? Got fucking electric geysers? What is going on? Up there? Yeah, okay. Five out of 10. You making progress. My depth perception is fucking ass. fucking aetherite. Was that the... I don't think that was the same design on that one, no? I don't think so. I gotta get up there, which is that way. I'll help, I'll help. Where's my bishop going today? Okay, fucking bye, I guess. Jesus. Oh yeah, I got my chocobo to 13.5 with the fake rating as well. Almost to 14. We on our way to max rank. I'm on my way to being poor from buying all these fucking onions. I'm trying to grow. I don't know if I show this on stream. I'm trying to start growing some of my own onions, but it requires a fucking annoying amount of breeding, so I'm currently just dealing with that as I can. What the fuck? There's like a whole town that just fucking sink in the water, dude. You submerged sky. Jesus. Okay, I think I might have gotten all the Aether Currents down here. There might be one more on this side. There's one at least like right around there. Okay, there might be one more down here then. I don't know. Both might also be on the east side. Oh yeah, no, there's one full west here. Okay. The name slates. I don't know if we're gonna go there in the MSQ. There's just like a single lone person living there. Oh, that might be fucking maybe Aaronville's mentor. Maybe she's alive and she's just living out on her own there because she didn't want anything to do with whatever fucking timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff's going on here. Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, iki-taki-doo, itaki-doo, ta-da. Ikity-day, ikity-day. This town feels like a very generic Final Fantasy town. Okay, we got up to 90, level 98 here, so final area won't unlock until level 99. Which I assumed, but good to know for sure, for sure. I'm also curious. Does that mean we don't get one? Because right now, my guess, that's solution 9. It fits the whole purple aesthetics. It fits a lot of the friggin' everything purple. But how do we get there? And when does it happen in the MSQ? Do we go to solution 9 for a bit and then we fucking vibe along? Can I not swim in this water? I guess we'd be fucking littered with electricity, so maybe that's the reason behind it. And also, that part's just... No, I can go there. I just go west there. And that's also where the Aether Current is. Oh, so there were 2 here. I'm so intrigued. Oh. I uncovered the whole map except the one area now, so... Whether that part requires flying or just doing that blue quest to make me get teleported there. Yeah, that blue quest doesn't come until pretty much after you get flying. It's not even until post, I think, so yeah, pretty much just gonna fly there. And now we got one more, which is like right there. God, that skyline is so pretty as well. Okay, you know, so these 2 Aether 8s are the normal ones. This is one, I've seen a picture. That's like the Solution 9 Aether 8, so that one was made post this time bubble getting placed here. Which I'm still like, how is that time working? Because it's like, they didn't know what happened. Like, did they both get merged here? They both got merged here and time got sped up. It was like just speeding up time in the world, but not for the actual people, maybe? That might be what's happening. I don't know, it's just southeast, is it? Fucking up the cliff? West now. It's probably right on top of there. That's annoying. Well, it's Sphene and the others. Sphene who I don't trust entirely. You said you don't know what's happening, but then we saw you at the fucking... when, Tuliyola was invaded. I don't know. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I'm here for it, but it's just weird. Anyways, one thing I'm so excited for about this area and the next, whenever we get that, all fucking fates are gonna be... I don't gotta press level sync because they're all... the lowest level is high enough for me to stay at 100. Truly a wonderful sight. Imagine someone missed it down there and it's not even up here. Okay, no, it is. Oh, this is a pretty sight. And we did it. Flying everywhere. This as well. I wonder, because this would take... Yeah, this will take a month, 3 weeks to max out, and I think for sure I'm gonna have all my crafters maxed out by then. Which then makes me just curious, what's the point of these bonus? Oh well, it still gets a fuck ton of scripts actually. That's obviously the bonus they're going for then. Which then begs to diff. I was about to say like, why wouldn't you just do the lowest level? Well, maybe you still can. No, yeah, they are all different as all. Okay. No, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm picking it up. I'm picking up what they're trying to put down. So that just becomes, once you max everything out, just a weekly script earner. Look how many scripts are I max? It just finished it all. Nice. Let's say he's inclined to keep a close eye on the queen. Smart. You have, having established that we should be wary, we could use more information. So let's head to this place, the outskirts, and see what we can learn, perhaps about Sphene as well. I just have to do one of the classic stretches, just fucking pushing your legs out just as straight as you can and just fucking going. I'm literally so sorry for yawning so much. I mean, I know why. I was up for like 34 plus hours last night, and then I got like not even 8 hours of sleep tonight. Because I wanted to play more of this. Have you ever seen such strange contraptions? I wonder what this one is used for. It's obviously the water the crops. The most unusual farm, but the produce appears normal enough. Those brick buildings, I've seen their like before, though I cannot remember where. The innovations of Alexandria are nothing short of extraordinary. It's a relief to see the people here are well, at least. I trust you have similar farming facilities in Tyrell? They're completely different from ours. I've got no idea what all those machines do. We settled on this approach after some trial and error. The Tyrelli have their own methods of farming, which they want to continue employing. But the environment makes it challenging. There's too much rain and not enough light. Thankfully, the use of electrope has allowed us to fortify the buildings here, as well as provide what nature cannot. Electro what? Electrope. It's a material we use for myriad devices and applications. A topic for another time, perhaps. If you would follow me, we're nearly to the outskirts. Maybe does Sphene lead us? Do we get Solution 9 right now? Which I hope so. I just want to fucking see the area. Which I need to start getting back on my ocean fishing, just so I can easily grind a bunch of orange scripts. Because the guard said we have no authorization, which means, I mean, Sphene, I feel like, would give it to us, but would she let us go? I don't think we would, even if, I don't think we would be allowed to wear Rolljaws the fucking king. It's a relief to see the people here as well, are well. Hopefully the same can be said for everyone in, Yassulani. It's a rather lively settlement, isn't it? In defiance of this ceaseless gloom, almost. This is a Tonawautan village, or at least it was, before the dome and these strange contraptions. I'll admit, I've seen nothing particularly suspicious. Yet. It's fascinating how they've combined traditional bricklaying with electro-based engineering, a curious blending of two cultures. Cutscene, please be voiced. I'm cleaning my glasses so I can't read.
Here we are. Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
I guess? People, but they got the fucking things on their head. What is that?
Queen Sphene? What business brings her here, I wonder?
The queen has come!
I really, really hope that one of the townspeople with this fucking thing on their head isn't Aaronville's mentor. I actually really, truly hope.
You look well, Paquine. And Catonia, I see you've already taken to your new position.
Oh, this is all the new people in the train. Oh, fuck. Yate's probably
When she introduced
somewhere.
herself as queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Namachi.
Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people. And I should like to know them as best I can, even the most trifling details.
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put.
And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence.
Oh,
And who are these fine people?
this music is
Tuliolol's vow of resolve will Clamart
also
and her
giving me very
companions.
much Mother 3.
They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then. Rook Lamont is still so young.
Okay, no, so the people did get some.
Oh, where are my manners? I am Popone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
Papone? That is a Tonawautan ring to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kafkiwa?
Oh god, I'm so scared. I'm so...
Kiwa. I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasolani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
You know my mother?
I do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the Dawn first appeared?
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble, There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
After all, it did happen 20 years ago.
Push yourself, Pepone.
30?
After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
Yeah.
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoralja's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
I believed you long dead.
Okay.
To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Okay, so literally scrap all of my theories. Got it, okay.
30 years. Little wonder Zoralja assumed our father had already passed away.
Got it. And that's why he also seemed not exactly the same. He was smaller than I thought he was size-wise, but he is a bit
The
bigger.
rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome.
But once they breached a way outside, now the time's linked?
I was able to make contact with Yestola not long ago via link pearl,
Right,
so that
yeah.
shouldn't be cause for concern. And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the source's temporal flow.
Mm-hmm.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information. Sveen, would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
You're too nice, I don't trust you, I don't know
Time
why.
to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
I don't know why.
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasolani.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zoralja.
Perhaps you'd care to see how we make our living. Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please, you needn't trouble yourself.
It's no trouble at all. And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
Of course. I shall proceed with the utmost care. Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
I can't say that I trust her yet, but I trust that her affection for these people is genuine. And that's enough for me.
I guess. We're coming, we're coming. Touring farmlands with the queen of another nation is not how I expected to spend my day. Electrop has done much to improve the efficiency of their farming, but hasn't replaced everything. The people want to preserve their old way of life, and we do not want to force ours upon them. We went to such lengths so that our cultures could coexist, even going so far as to learn our tongue. I'm sure everyone appreciated that. Communication was thankfully not an issue, for the Torali tongue is surprisingly similar to Alexandrian. Of course, there are words and phrases for which there is no equivalent, but those can be taught with minimal effort. Through mutual respect, understanding, and patience, we Alexandrians and Torali have learned a great deal from one another. And I am sure there is much you wish to learn as well, so please, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. And the life. Rather than bore you with the lengthy explanations, let us head back to the farm we passed earlier. UPA's Halo, it is called. We can speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. I guess we're off to UP's Halo. UPA's. I wanna... Alright, jump zone. I wanna see... Yeah, there's like 91 was here for 2 quests. A bunch for everything else, but... Okay, it's usually just the one quest that I've like 0 levels into it. Okay. Alright, blah 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 blah. Okay. Here we are. I'm sure you learned a great deal from the workers here. What do you suppose they keep inside this building? Allow me to introduce you to Mahuswa, one of the most experienced farmhands in all of Alexandria. She's well versed in myriad farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of knowledge she has shared with the other farmers is what has allowed this place to flourish. Queen's Fiend, to what do I owe this sudden shower of praise? My apologies for the interruption. I come with guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more of Alexandria, and so I invited them to see how our crops are grown. I do hope that's all right. So the rumors of visitors from the outsides were true. What manner of host would we be to deny them? Look around, and I gather your majesty also intended to check on things here? You know me too well, Mahuswa. I thought to seize the opportunity to see how the farmers fare, and perhaps pepper them with a few questions, though I do enjoy observing and taking part in the work too. It would appear we have her permission, so please walk the grounds to your heart's content. You go ahead, I'll keep Sphene company. Don't misunderstand, I'm not the suspicious type, but given our positions, it would make sense for us to go around together, wouldn't you say? A fair point, but be sure not to let me out of your sight. I should remain under Wuklamot's watchful eye. Pray, come find us after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other farmhands. My duties here are quite varied despite being merely a farmer. We all have to do our part if we're to prosper. Oh, like we fucking walk out, Jesus. Makes sense, I guess. Some Ronek. Light levels appear to be fine. As for the power source. You wish to know about my job? I tend to the fields, mostly, watering their crops, keeping the soil fertile, and so on. It admittedly took some time until I fully understood how best to carry out my duties. I also manage the lamps we use in the fields. We do our best to keep everything up to code. But should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. The land and sky being what they are, ensuring a rich harvest makes for constant work. But honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. Both my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. Both your parents being Alexandrian. Oh, an unfamiliar face. I got this is your first time on site then? Well, this here's the storehouse, or rather the entrance. The real storehouse is underground, much more spacious and equipped with a temperature regulation system to keep the harvest from spoiling. Since the entrance is so small, it's much easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside, which also makes it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We've even got a few beds down there for emergencies. My parents often complain about how Alexandria technology and Electrope complicate our lives, but it's just a matter of learning how things work. Take my job, for instance. I'm presently observing the storage of harvested crops. They'll be taken up to the tower for processing, and from there, find their way to every dining table in Alexandria. The work is hard, I'll not deny it, but I take every satisfaction in what we do. Okay. They're saying that you and yours are visitors from beyond the barrier. That true? So it is, which means we're connected to the outside world again. Not that I have any desire to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of livestock. Here at UPA's Halo, we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, and eggs. Tending the animals is an absolute joy, but if either be careful not to grow attached, it's always a little sad when they're shipped off. But a job is a job. Well, I need to get back to it, but it was nice talking to you. Please give my regards to the Queen. It's a shame Kona's not here to see all these bizarre contraptions. I see. Don't be too hard on yourself. Anyone would have been hard-pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. I gather if you had your fill of speaking of the farmers, then let us return to Mahuswa. So that's it. I don't know. I'm just so intrigued. Well, what are your impressions of the farm? Oh, that's comforting to hear. Your words seem to affirm that my people do not work under undue strain. And what did you think of our little tour, Lamati? Whoa. What did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name and I thought... No, it's fine. As you said before, we've no need for titles or formalities. I don't like this. I don't like this. As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. I'm very impressed. That machines could be used to overcome so harsh an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Kind of what? We kind of want Kona to help out within Yaktel with the Moog, I feel. The feeling is understandable. Indeed, many still have still find the machinery behind me baffling. It's a system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Acting up, you say? You needn't worry about my queen. It happens fairly often. Put simply, it's taken in water that had a strong lightning charge. We think some creatures have become charged up with the energy, and they're releasing into the river we use as a source. The system would return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it of the army. You could take care of it if you like. That is most gracious of you to offer, but it is much too dangerous. Oh, it's no trouble for the vow of resolve, but truly your love. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. And Aaron is even stronger than I am. It shouldn't take us long at all. Very well, I gratefully accept, but please take all care. This ought to go even faster if you and I search for lightning charged fiends on our own. Good hunting. I realized that's how I was able to do Essential Dignity again. Or again, as I thought. Took this light speed by mistake. Wow, you really are strong. And you're both alright, thank goodness. You really need to have worried so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the fiends. They're all gone now. Of course I was worried. You're my dear guests. But thank you, we truly appreciate this. Indeed, with this, we won't have to ask the Royal Jaws machines for help. He's been making a concentrated effort to bolster his forces, sparing but a fraction for the people's protection. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen Sphene. But that's enough, Mahuswa. If you have grievances, I will hear them later, but to speak of the king now... No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folk here are delightful, and it was a pleasure to meet them. You couldn't have favored us with more uplifting words? My people are my pride and joy. And you never failed to let us know, nor how much you care. Of course, you're my precious family, all of you. You seem a good sort, Sphene, then that I'll admit. But you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for the enemy queen just yet. For you to be called that, I dread to imagine what villainy your majesty's committed. Come now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, and one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable. Now, I believe we are done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? My apologies for laughing earlier. Your friend painted an image so far removed from the Sphene we know, I couldn't help myself. Zerolja, you bastard. Perhaps you should head back to the outskirts. I dare say your friends will also have returned by now. My thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come and visit us anytime. Like everyone, I have the utmost admiration and respect for Queen Sphene. It's a little embarrassing to say such things to her in person, though. There's so much of Alexandria I would love to show you. Do you hear that?
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
Huh? What do you... Time for what?
I'm glad you could make it.
Is this like a...
Are you with us?
Queen Sphene has come to see you.
We're here, Namika.
Oh,
Everything is going to be all right.
I was gonna say, fuck, she looked familiar, and then I saw the bracelet and it all clicked.
What's the matter, dear?
Oh my god. Oh.
It can't be.
Oh my god.
That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Namika, it's me! Wuklamat!
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end.
Dude.
Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Soul cells? Is that how Sarolja fucking got revived?
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Soul cells. The ushers, what's happening?
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on in us.
living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother.
Dude.
Please.
She literally just left as well.
Let us give them some time alone.
This is some fuck shit happening, dude.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
Okay.
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining. Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding. I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years,
What?
yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's noxious influence.
What?
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents by
Okay.
means unknown.
So bury her first somewhere
In
else.
other words,
then
Sphyn's as
bury
lost
and
as the
hold.
rest of us, right?
Moved here
The
to Arpin.
Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
Excuse me?
Ah, but of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district,
Let's
where
go!
you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoralja do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoralja's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
Just like that?
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I am afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
Okay.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep anyway.
So someone just listened in through us with that?
Thank
Or
you
that was a
for
recording
all
to
you-
send it to someone or
And
something?
for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
What the fuck happened, dude?
we were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
Dude, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
What the fuck is going on?
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
So that's what that was.
Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
Ooh, I'm so intrigued, dude. This is very unsettling. I've never seen or heard of anything like this before. As far as I could tell, Papone genuinely had no recollection of Namika. We'll see how it is with other people. What's going on? How could Papone suddenly forget about Namika? It's as if he never knew her. Could the same thing have happened to others as well? I wonder. There's only one way to find out. Let's make inquiries about Namika in the area. We can reconvene afterwards at the Aetherite. An old woman named Namika. I'm afraid I don't know what the don't know that person. I'm sorry, I couldn't be of help. What's that? Do I know Namika? Never met anyone by that name, and I've worked on at the outskirts for a good while now. If she'd spent time here, I would remember. This is some fucked shit. I do recall caring for someone until recently. When you say that it was a woman named Namika? Well, I can't say for certain if it was her. I wouldn't worry. While I can't say for certain it wasn't her, I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just been taken up to the cloud. What the fuck does that mean? What do you mean, up to the cloud? So is the same for everyone. Not a single person remembers Namika. It's as if the memory of her has just been purged from their minds. While such a thought might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a surge of ether corresponding to the act, too, and I sense none of the moment. Neither did I, but I did notice something else. Right before Papone seemingly forgot, a light in the device on his head began to blink. Could there be a connection? Someone also says something about soul cells. But who might we ask about this? If we continue making such inquiries, I expect we would only cause confusion. Indeed, if we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we could search for... I forgot how you freaking pronounce her name already. Kafchia? Instead. Sphene said to try the Thunder Yards. Should be in this direction. Hello? A screen thing. Impossible. Another kind of mechanical soldier? It looks dangerous. We better destroy it. Ah! I know that's the reward for getting every job to level 100. Should we give chase? Or would it be a combat job? I think it understood our words. It might be worth asking it some questions. Aaronville, are you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. I'm fine. Well, it went off in the direction we're headed anyway, so let's try to track it down. To the caves we go. You found it? To the northeast, and it must be bound for the mines. Come on then. It could well be a trap, so let's not rush in too quickly. An old coal mine. It appears to have long since been abandoned, like so many other places. I think it's safe to assume I went into the mines. The stones in those crates, could it be turquoise? So I went in here. Heard faint voices coming from inside. So it's not alone, but we're still going in it, of course. This may be a trap. Be ready for a fight, everyone. It would appear no one has worked these tunnels in quite some time. I'm not worried. We've had to improvise countless times before, after all. Device made with Electro, but appears seems to be the only one here. This tunnel just keeps going. I can hear them, several people up ahead. I can't make out their conversation with echoing. Let's keep going. Stay on your guard. Uh-oh.
What is this?
Ironville!
They're not fucking Macutus in here, bitch. I mean, it's just a gun. They're not Macutus.
It really is you!
I was gonna say that's per, isn't it? Yeah.
Huh?
Who?
I just have to get a look at you in the light. And I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Elizabeth!
My darling, what now?
Hi, mother dearest.
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way? Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
I know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galoo Jaja's kitten? I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Ellen Nesbitt was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
Kafkiwa.
I'm sorry?
Oh, this won't do. Come in, come in! Friends of my Ellen Nesbitt are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place, how are things still getting stranger?
I also feel like, I mean, even with everything going on, this is still like a shockingly calm realization. Anvil's mother's a floating machine. Right, that makes about as much sense as anything else thus far. At this point, I doubt anything could possibly surprise me. The Elegance had machines that could be controlled remotely. Is she using something similar to communicate with us? I can't say I understand what's going on, but at least, Kafkua is safe. Oh, hello. As far as I can tell, this is indeed my mother. I can think of few people in the world quite so spirited. But as to what's happened, we'll need to ask her. Let's hear what she has to say. Gone and forgotten, eh? It's so wonderful to meet you all. And the students about Dusian. It's been a while since I heard that name. Dare I ask the reason for your appearance? Oh, this? It's just a body that I can control remotely. I use this for our operations. We're members of the resistance organization, Oblivion, we call ourselves, and our goal is to thwart Zoraljaw's ambitions for conquest. As the leader, it's prudent that I remain where I can't be easily found. I see. Whimsical appearances notwithstanding, yours is a serious cause. Right you are. Though truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different reason, or purpose. And that is? As I expect you've already noticed, everything you see within this dome, the two buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet, is a fusion of two worlds. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. Then does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. That was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend that's passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zoraljah. But we failed to do that, and now he's taken his army outside the dome. None of you wear those strange devices on your head. Does that have something to do with your work? You mean this? It's a regulator, the pinnacle of electrope technology, and that we don't wear it is indeed related to our operations. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. Regulators have two primary functions. The first, as the name suggests, is the regulation of the wearer's reserve of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. So, before it's explained, is the people who are sent into the cloud, they're turned into souls for other people to use to live longer? Reserve? You mean people walk around carrying spare souls? They do. Souls are packaged in cells, and they can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as in accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though. Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. Souls is a common resource and payment for services rendered. The void-sent practice of consuming others for the ether comes to mind, and similarly, I expect the act comes with some risk. Zero! I forgot your name! I also forgot your name. What cool, really, really cool trial. That is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Memory management, then the reason everyone has forgotten Amika's existence. The regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearer, so if they should suddenly die, their memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. Yeah, that is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else's dies. Reason being is that regulators forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing one. Why would they do such a thing? It's a kindness bestowed upon the people of Everkeep's core system, by Everkeep's core system, so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. And that goes against the entirety of the Yakoi's belief. So this is what is meant by their memories being in the cloud. Indeed, all memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and archived in the system. It's a frightening function of the regulators and an integral step in soul cell production. You see, when a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. It's then delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. Oh, that's their that was their weird gun they were using on the people in Tuliolo. And made a blue and red one, or blue and orange one, whatever. The result is a fresh soul cell, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. Yeah, that's what happened with Namika. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. And this is why people are happy here. On its surface, it's similar to the Yakoi philosophy, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Well, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. All comes down to what you're used to, I suppose. Like the barrier encasing Alexandria, the system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used Electrope to devise a means to save what lives they could so that the nation could endure. I understand the people of Alexandria did what they believed was best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe the Turali would also accept this way of living. It came as a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. The people have always been free to go without them if they so wish. Sphene didn't strike me as the sort of ruler to impose her will on others. Ah, so you've already met. She's the one who suggested we come to the Thunder Yards in the first place. She also said she wants to help us stop Zerolja. Awfully kind of her to point you in my direction, and to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motives, she has given the people a choice: live with the risk of true death or the security of the regulators. Everything that lives must someday die. That is the natural order of things. Quite right. Whatever you feel about them, it would be easier to understand what the regulators are capable of if you saw it for yourself. I know just the person to show you, and as luck would have it, they should be starting work right about now. Who are we going to see exactly? Come with me and you'll find out. Iate? We're in the mines. Starting work soon. I want to guess Iate. Because she's also here. She was on that train. And we've yet to see her. Take care not to get struck by lightning out there. One fellow reckoned you could dodge them by jumping back the instant there's a flash, but that's crazy if you ask me. I think that's an FF10 reference. What does she intend to show us? To alter the memories of the populace with such precision is no small feat. So those regulators are to blame for everyone forgetting Namika, for forgetting what a wonderful person she was. We're to see how the regulators work, but how? I'm sorry, but I just can't accept the idea of using souls as a resource. Everyone here? Good. It is the responsibility of the Thunder Yards hunters to fell any fiends found wandering the area. We're to meet an acquaintance of mine, Strika, one of these hunters. Okay, no. It would make sense for Iate to have the thing on her, but it was truly... I'm just throwing out theories. Judging by its name, I take it this facility is for gathering lightning energy. What do you think is in this box? I'm guessing food. Let's get this over with. Striker will show you what life can be like wearing a regulator. Given the opportunity, I should very much like to study Electrope on behalf of the students. While I am not blind to the potential benefits of these regulators, the risk inherent in giving another party the power to alter your memories cannot be overstated. Never mind the ethical considerations of using souls in such fashion. Kafkiwa, what are you doing here, and with so many friends? Apologies for the interruption, but I was hoping they might observe you at work. Hunting? You mean... Hunting, you mean? That's fine, I guess. Hold on, I assumed they were wearing special regulators like Queen's Fiend's crown, but they aren't wearing anything at all. It's much too dangerous to be here without one. What if they're struck by lightning or attacked by beasts? I can assure you they're all quite capable of looking after themselves. If anything should go amiss, I will take full responsibility. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Danger aside, there isn't really much to see. Kafkiwa said you're a hunter, but wouldn't it be easier for those mechanical soldiers to guard this place? It would, if not for the fact they're weak to lightning. The Thunderyard being what it is, they've ordered this to steer clear. Some good they are, eh? But these facilities are vital to the upkeeping of Alexandria's infrastructure, so it falls to hunters like me that deal with any fiends. Given the danger, we're well compensated for our work. It's a perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. The special selection of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. I brought this lot here to see this danger you speak of, if it's not too much trouble to ask. Of course, in which case it'd be a shame to waste my efforts on just any old beast. You could all handle yourselves in a fight, right? If you cause a ruckus slaying what critters you see nearby, there's a chance you'll draw out something worthy of demonstration. I'm not sure I understand, but I suppose we should each slay what we can. Slay what you wanna slay. My fussy little bun was never any good at fighting, and this body of mine isn't suited to it either. We'll leave this work to your capable hands. I'm afraid I must leave the fighting to you. Dude. Bum 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 bum. You freaking chocobo, man. I can't fight without my goat. I wonder, can a fully leveled chocobo like with all the tank stuff skills maxed out, would that be able to out aggro an enemy you're attacking? Unless you're also, I feel like if you're also a tank, then you win that aggro battle. But if it's just like if you're a DPS or a healer, and it's just you and your Chocobo, I wonder if Chocobo always gets aggro. Curious. Is she gonna die to it to show reviving? This one will do nicely. Oh great, knife skip. We'll help you. It's fine, really. I faced worse. Just watch. I don't like the looks of this. Let us help. Oh no. Look out. Arr. Preserve. She needs healing. That was embarrassing. The bastard caught me off guard. Are you mad? Seriously, let us help. I told you not to worry. So it'll only take a moment. And because she shows me like the boost feature. Because Zerolja did something similar. Yup. Fucking in rage form. Just like Zerolja. Come on, let's get out of here. There's also a function. That's also a function of the regulator? Anyway, I don't know. I forgot if I said, but confirmed. I messaged my friend the supposed FF10 reference, and it is an FF10 reference. Because I remember seeing, I think it was like that exact text box on Twitter, like at launch of Dawntrail, a little bit after. And I'm like, oh, I wonder when I'll get there. And I got there, and I almost skipped it because I just didn't want to talk to anyone in that cave. I think I understand now how Zerolja was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa, but I'm not sure what was what we saw at the end there. As soon as the regulator turned red, it was as if you were possessed. Your movements became beast-like. Don't tell me you empowered yourself with the soul of a beast. I'm reminded of the Serpentine soldier we encountered at Vanguard who did the same. So you've crossed paths with one of the King's elites. Such a form can only be achieved from gorging yourself on souls. We could do the same in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if they allowed hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. Well, I should be getting back to work. Take care. And there you have it. Regulators can be loaded with two kinds of souls, those of people and those of beasts. The souls of people can be used to grant the user preternatural strength. Is that they took the two souls out of the people into Leolo? That was they had the white for souls and the red for beasts? No. Red for I don't know. They still took two things out of the people, two different colored souls. Or things, yeah. Because the memory was more like blue-like. So they took the memory and then the red thing. The souls of people could be used to grant the user preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an untimely death. And what about the soul of beasts? They work much in the same fashion, imbuing you with the strength of the chosen animal. If, for example, you use the soul of a wolf, you would grow more agile and feral, as you saw with Strika. Using several of the same type at once, however, would result in physical changes. Your teeth might become fangs, your nails claws. Too many. Your nails claws. Too many, and you'll become more beast than man. Changing one's form through the souls of other beings becomes more and more reminiscent of Void Scent. Yet unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken before they might reach the ethereal sea, different means to achieve similar ends. A cycle to which all within the dome are bound. This is wrong. This is all wrong. It is indeed hard to accept, being so far removed from our own beliefs. Perhaps more shocking is that the technology to achieve all this was developed hundreds of years ago. The civilizations, the reflections are surprising indeed. I've never seen it for myself, but it is said that if a beast's soul is potent enough, a single soul is enough to induce a monstrous transformation. So that's foreshadowing. That's what's going to happen to Zerulja. My guess right there. Write it down. Sphene asks of lived experiences that speaks of lived experiences that suggest she's far older than she appears. Considering the power of these regulators, perhaps it's not so far-fetched. Even Emmett Selk spoke of surprising civilizations and other reflections. I wonder if he had Alexandria in mind. Having seen the beauty of the ethereal sea firsthand, I simply can't accept what they've done here in Alexandria. I understand this is part of their culture, but it is no less disconcerting. Yeah. I wonder... They might have said it, they might have not said it. I might be stupid. It's very possible, but maybe because Garaha opened just a gateway that, even if it's just for us to be able to pass between the source and the first, that maybe that has linked our times together now, so now the first won't be moving at all anymore. Faster than how it was when they first got there. Because they did say early on that, for now, that the time has linked up and, no, it's not just, 1 second there is 1 second here, whatever. But, I forget if they said exactly, it's like that forever now because of what happened, or what. Like I said, they could have explained it more, and I'm just completely forgetting what they said, but, yeah. While we have our thoughts on souls, for now, the important thing... For now, the important thing is we know what power Zerolda has at his disposal. It is one thing to separate corporeal ether from incorporeal ether, but to strip memories from the soul entirely is unprecedented technology. There's no longer only Tuliyolal's concern. With his newfound power, Zerolda has become a real threat to the entire world. Indeed, he has to be stopped, no matter the cost. The worth of a soul. Regulators give Zerolda a frightening advantage. 0 souls. And that's just one of the devices he's gotten his hands on. If we're to have a chance at defeating him, we have to learn all we can about the technology he has at his disposal. Embracing oblivion. I trust you've gained an insight into the use of souls in Alexandria. It's shocking, I know. I was overwhelmed myself at first. I expect you'll need some time to digest it all, but for now, let's head back to the Earth and Sky. At this rate, there's something I wish to discuss with everyone. Let's take a moment before we head into that tunnel. Blue quest! I'm actually gonna leave that blue quest for now. It is well that we could see firsthand how regulators are used. To draw upon even the souls of fiends, I shudder to imagine how powerful Zerolda could become. What does Lamachi wish to discuss, I wonder? I understand the argument that we should keep an open mind, if this practice is integral to their culture, but every fiber of my being rails against it. To think that everyone has lived here for 30 years, long enough to become accustomed to the way of life. I'm sorry for delaying us, but I have some thoughts I need to share. In both technology and values, it's plain there's a wide gulf between Tuliyollal and Alexandria. And while Zerolda knows everything about us, we know hardly anything about what he's become. Indeed, we haven't even seen what lies within that enormous tower, Everkeep. So here I'd like to make a proposal. That is, we work with Kafkiwa and her people. We need to learn as much as we can about the enemy. The quickest way would be to join hands with Oblivion. We've only just met them, I know, and we shouldn't be too quick to trust. But the fact remains that they share a desire to stop Zerolda. Sphene, too, claims to be at odds with the King of Resolve. May I ask why you would cooperate with Oblivion instead? It's simpler, really. Their leader is Erenville's mother. Meanwhile, whatever Sphene may feel, she's a ruler of this nation. There's a greater risk in working with her, and less reason to take her at her word. A fair point, and knowing Zerolda, we must assume that his arrangement with Sphene was not made without some consideration. All I know is that it would be heartening to have allies in this strange realm. I think everyone would agree that any help we can get would be welcome. Hold on, there's no guarantee that it's actually my mother behind the machine. Without seeing her in the flesh, we can't rule out the possibility of a ploy. If it turns out to be a trap, we endanger not only ourselves, but everyone in Tuliyollal. As you say, we have no proof that it really is Kafkiwa, but I make my proposal in full awareness of this. Whether we're going to war or striving for peace, we need to learn as much as we can, otherwise we can't hope to do anything meaningful. As it stands, we know too little about this realm. We need to remedy that. We need to study the enemy, and when the time comes, strike down Zerolda for good and all. What's more, I trust you, Erenville. You've always had great instincts, honed from your time training under your mother. What if I'm wrong? What if sentiment is clouding my judgment? It's always the way of it with you. Fine, if you're set on this, then I'll say no more. Then it's settled. Let's head inside and secure ourselves some new allies. Oh, this side is like enemy free. It's just this route. While I'm all for dealing with Zerolja, we need to consider how our actions may affect ordinary Alexandrians. They're not the enemy, after all. I agree with Lamont. It's a gamble regardless of whether or not we choose to work with the people here, and more knowledge is better than less. You understand how regulators work now, I trust? It's one of those things that's best seen in action. The wildlife can be very dangerous out there. You need to take care if you don't wear a regulator. Oh, hello again. I'm unaccustomed to seeing her make decisions like a ruler. Better that than her former facilitating self, though. With the resources at their disposal, I'm hopeful that Kafkiwa and her people will make great allies. The Vow of Resolve is possessed of conviction and flexibility both. If the tales are true, she learned much in the course of the Rite of Succession. What is with my reading? Kevkiwa, there's something I need to tell you and your people. We came here for no other reason than to strike down Zerolja. But I thought he was your brother. Do you really mean to kill your own kin? You did it first, bitch. My kin invaded our nation and murdered our people. As vows of resolve, it falls to me to bring him to account. I am prepared to do what I must, and I won't hesitate when the time comes. Like us, you and yours oppose Zerolja. In light of this, I propose that we work together to stop him once and for all. I realize that this is sudden, that it's a gamble to trust someone you've only just met. But I would trust in the conviction of anyone who shares my goal, so fight with me, I beg you. As you say, our goals align, and I don't doubt your resolve in the least. If you hadn't proposed working together, I would have done so instead. Truth be told, it's been tough going at it alone. While we've gathered ample intelligence, we don't have the strength to take decisive action. Besides, how could we not trust you? My only son is with you, my fussy little bun-bun. He's all the reason I need. Then it's decided. Here's to a fruitful collaboration. Thank you, Kafkiwa. Everyone. Together we'll achieve great things, I'm sure of it. Then let's not waste any time. We've been wondering about Zerolja's whereabouts. Is there a palace inside that tower? After a fashion, the king resides on the uppermost level, but while Queen's Fiend has a penchant for going out in public, he seldom shows himself. What's more, his movements are highly classified. Not even his commanders are privy to that information. If anyone knows where he's at any given time, it could only be the Queen. Even if we don't know his whereabouts, Zerolja will eventually march on Tuliolal again. That's when we can go after him. The drawbacks is we'd have to wait for the invasion to happen. Innocents would be put in harm's way. There's also the possibility that he'll leave everything to his minions and not command the army in person. No, he'll take the field. I was gonna say that. What makes you so certain? My brother has always yearned to surpass our father. That's why he attacked Tuliolal. After waiting for 30 years, the first thing he wanted to do was demonstrate his newfound strength. But killing Papa didn't satisfy him, so now he's bent on proving himself stronger than me and Kona, who bested him in the right of succession. He challenged me to strike him down. He wants a duel to show everyone that he's superior to the Dawn Servant, and he won't let his minions deprive him of the pleasure. Then why hasn't he appeared and given you your chance? Surely he's aware of our presence here. At that, I can only guess. Perhaps he wants to dazzle us with his wondrous realm. But if he won't deign to appear, then we'll force him to do so. Even as we gather intelligence, we make no move to attack him, show absolutely no interest in a confrontation. Knowing him, he'll tire of waiting and turn his attention to Kona instead. He'll attack Tuliolal again, like he said he would. I see. If you believe this is the best approach, then we have no objections. Any campaign against Tuliolal requires that Zoral Zdra lead his force through Vanguard. We'll have lookouts keep an eye on it day and night. Such a strategy is certainly viable. If we're proceeding with it, though, we should warn those outside. Indeed, they'll need time to prepare their defenses. I should be glad to coordinate our efforts. I'm already in regular contact with Y'shtola, and we'll make sure to keep our comrades apprised of developments. You can leave the Vanguard to us. We'll send word at the first sign of movement. It seems we have a plan. While we wait for Zoraljad to move, you do well to prepare for battle, and it begins with familiarizing yourself with the technology that empowers him. To that end, I'll show you to Oblivion's main headquarters. Oh, I thought this place was it. You'll be impressed to know that we're located right inside that tower, in the residential district of Solution 9. Hiding a tree in the forest, as it were. The only question is how you get through the checkpoint. Ah, about that, Sphene said she'd make it so we can enter without issue. She did? Curious, she's not supposed to have such authority over the sentries. If I recall correctly, her words were that she would register as guests. I see. Perhaps we're in the clear then. When you're ready, come and meet me at the tower entrance. Before you head out, give us a moment to introduce ourselves properly, eh? After all, names are good to know when we're working together. Sure, I guess. If this isn't their main headquarters, I can't imagine what the actual place is like. The intelligence that Kafkiwa and her people possess will be very useful to our efforts. It's eerie hearing my mother's voice come from that peculiar machine. It's just me, or are Nernville and Kafkiwa complete opposites in personality? Between making new friends and entering the tower, I can't help but feel a little excited. If Kafkiwa trusts you, then so do we. Nice to meet you. While Oblivion has operatives all over, we're the main crew here. I'm Geode, the leader of this hideout. And the dependable young twins behind me are Nostalgia and Wayakwi. I'm Nostalgia, it's a pleasure to meet you. My sister and I were born and raised inside the barrier. We've been with Oblivion for 3 years, and our main duties are surveillance and provisioning. Twins, eh? That explains the resemblance. Wayakwi's a Tonawautan name, unless I'm mistaken. That's right, our mother is Tuliolal and our father is Alexandrian. They wanted to honor both cultures. They're beautiful names. Thank you, though I have no memory of my mother. Memories of my mother, I'd like to think I carry a part of her with me. So, what made you decide to join Oblivion? We wanted to avenge our father. Ambrose was his name, and years ago he was taken away after a scuffle with a soldier over a disagreement. It was a minor incident, so at first we clung to the hope that he'd be released, but when months went by with no word from or about him, we made the decision to remove our regulators. We already lost the memories of our mother, and we didn't want to lose those of our father as well. They've all forgotten about him now, everyone who had known. That bastard. Even here, he thinks nothing of his own people. Sometime later, we were approached by a member of Oblivion. Hoping to get justice for our father, we joined the Order. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to darken the mood. Oh no, I appreciate you sharing this. Together, we'll avenge your father. Thank you. Something tells me you have what it takes. You introduce yourself too. Go on. It's pretty much the same story for me. And while mine is a Tonawautan name, I have the faintest idea of how things are outside the barrier. It's my dream to go and see with my own eyes, our mother's homeland. Once peace is restored, you must come and visit. The wilds are beautiful, the food delicious, and everyone's so nice. You'll love it. And that's us here. You'll meet others in the back room. That's our headquarters. Some of them are a little eccentric, but they have good hearts. All. Aha, Alencia, one last thing. It isn't exactly my place to say this, but thank you for seeking out Kavkiwa. She talks about you so much, it's clear how important you are to her. Aww. That's all. Be good to your mother while you still can, eh? Well, we'll let you go now. Feel free to use this hideout as you like. Because, like, yeah, it was 3 years for Erinville, but fucking 33 years for Kavkiwa. Because she was inside here when it happened. Man, that's crazy. Meanwhile, in Everkeep, ruh-roh. Yeah, Zeroja is massive.
I've been consulting with Wuk Lamat. No matter. I do not know what you are scheming. But when your realm lay on the brink, you were powerless. You had no choice but to turn to me. Whatever sentiment you may feel for her, it is my power you require. Is it not?
Perhaps. And yet, knowing the love that Wuk Lamat bears for her people, how she regards them all as kin, I cannot help but wish to spare her the same pain I have suffered. What's more, her friends possess new knowledge. Were we to work together, we might find another path. I know you're loath to consider it, but is there no hope for peace with Tuliyola? What we've already done may be unforgivable, but it needn't continue. You needn't kill your brother and sister.
I slew my only flesh and blood. Yet you attempt to sway me with an appeal to family. The memory of my father's final moments still fills me with disappointment. Age came for him before I did. For long years, I sought to prove the miracle. And weak as he was, defeating him achieved nothing.
Jesus Christ.
To kill them is my only recourse.
You are so fucking insane.
Who bested him as he was in his prime.
They are still your siblings, even if not by blood. That such bonds should mean so little to you.
I am bound to no one. Serve none save myself. I made that clear when first you spoke to me in the Golden City. Remember, I can easily kill your beloved family. If you will protect them, cast aside any foolish notions. Your wisdom and abilities are valuable insofar as our goals align. So think well before you act, Queen of Reason. Uklamat, if you are Father's worthy successor, then you will find your way to me. But should you fall short, I will lay waste to Tuli Yolal.
This shit is fucking crazy.
What now?
People didn't like this expansion? I'm fucking locked in. My sister is something of an introvert, so I take it on myself to watch over her. But by the same token, though, she's extremely cautious and observant. That makes her great at reconnaissance. They say the sky outside the barrier is truly beautiful. I'd like to see it one day. By the way, you'll want to watch yourself around the mechanical soldiers roaming outside. They're malfunctioning and may attack unprovoked. It makes no small amount of courage to oppose Zerolda and his army. The members of Oblivion must be driven indeed. Nostalgia and Wayakwe remind me of Alfino and myself. Similar, but so very different. We should chat sometime. Trade twin tales. 12 help her if she's mentioned anything embarrassing. At long last, we were entering the tower. Not that I'm excited or anything. Not unduly. Solution 9. Ooh, baby! Right, Kavkiwa is waiting. Let's head to the tower. I'll accept this quest. I'll do it really quickly. Blue quest. Oh, both are here. Okay, if both are here, then I'll do it really quickly. Pardon me, adventurer, but might I trouble you to lend me your oh. Alright, that's the stream for today. Jesus Christ. But might I trouble you to lend me your aid? I found myself in a rather troublesome predicament. Earlier today, we were sent a soldier who asked to test out its imposed we were sent a soldier and asked to test out its improved combat functionality. I asked the hunter to take it out on patrol, but not long afterwards, I lost contact with him completely. I know the signal is weak out there, but I can't help but worry something might have gone terribly wrong. From the look of you, you can handle your fair share of danger, yes? Could you go out to the Thunder Yards and see if you can find them for me? Auntie knows best. Oh, Shallow, what am I going to do with you? I keep telling you to take a hunter with you when you leave town. Well, visit Her Majesty's guest. Did you enjoy your tour of Iupie's Halo? I was told you even helped set the water distribution systems to rights. You know, I could really use someone with your talents right about now. The woman in charge of that very farm just left the wilderness without a bodyguard. Seems to me she's investigating something, but that's no reason to put herself in danger. Last I heard, she was seen walking up the hill to the east of the farm. Could you go and make sure she's alright? Oh, what a relief. You're looking for a young Shatona by the name of Shaloki? Shaloki. Now off you go, and thank you, dear. Yep, I'm glad I grabbed both, because they're both just fucking right next to each other up here. Kerbluey. Man, now that I forgot revealed that it was just time all this time, and that's why Zerolda said, like, he thought he'd be dead by fucking time by now. Dude, I'm so embarrassed. I thought I was cooking something, and I burnt it all. Fuck. Heat was on too high. Fucking eagle. What the fuck? You saved my life. For a moment there, I thought I'd have to use my regulator. Now, I somehow doubt an adventurer like you just so happened to be passing through. The researcher sent you to find me, didn't he? I better head back to explain what happened. You may as well come and join me. I'm sure he'll want to know you're safe. Hello. Gods be good. That was the last of my soul cells. I could have really died there. Thanks for your help, by the way. So, what brings you out here to the middle of nowhere? Auntie Nakenti sent you after me. That makes 2 people who just saved my life then. Would you mind coming with me to see her? I want her to know I'm safe and grateful besides. Yeah, those quests are just super fucking quick. The hunter told me everything. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for taking such swift action. These soldiers require energy gathered from lightning, and yet lightning also proves to be their weaknesses. Apparently, it took a nasty jolt in the thunder yards and went berserk. Honestly, why are we tinkering with offensive output when they could be correcting this glaring flaw in the design? Rest assured, the engineer in charge will be hearing all about this in my report. Sorry for the trouble. I hope the small token will suffice as compensation. Hey, listen, give me 4 more of those, and I'll do whatever you ask. Welcome back, dear. I can't thank you enough for rescuing this poor, reckless fool of a girl. You're not a child anymore, Shallow. Act like your age. Now, what do you say to the kind stranger who saved your life? I know I already told you once before, but thank you, truly. They called her Shallow. Shallowasi? Sure. But I'm in charge of UPS Halo. To tell the truth, I'm still learning how everything works. I used to be an electrope engineer, but for some reason the government reassigned me. And I'm Nakente, the farm's coin keeper, or resident nag, depending on who you ask. How'd we get your name, hero? Arid Alvis. Arid rolls out right off the tongue, doesn't it? That's the name you'd best not forget, Shalo. You'd be dead were it not for him. Now, why in the world do you leave the safety of the outskirts all by yourself? You've been acting so strangely of late. It's clear you're hiding something, so what is it? There really is no getting anything past you, is there? Fine, I'll explain, but you have to promise to keep it a secret for now, alright? The truth is, I noticed that the farm's harvest has been shrinking year over year, and I can't for the life of me figure out why. The staff are all doing great work, and as a former engineer, I can say for certain that the equipment is all in proper working order. I even checked the pylons, and the readout was totally normal. But I know there's a problem, and the longer we wait, the worse it will get. In a few years, the crops may stop growing entirely. Something has to be done. Well, it sounds serious, and I appreciate that you're taking the initiative to solve it. But I worry about you, Shalo. I can't have you putting your life in danger. Arid, would you be willing to help her look into the matter? As an outsider, your idea of normal is sure to be different from ours. I reckon a fresh set of eyes will be able to spot something we can't. She's right. I could certainly use an unbiased perspective. Would you please help me, Arid? Right then, with that settled, I think what the two of you need now is a good meal. Have a seat and your auntie Nakente will fix you some fresh veggies. Mesquite juice. Cool. Alright. Hello, yellow quest that I'm gonna ignore for the foreseeable future. Bye. Oh my god, solution 9 time! The core system is presently updating registered user data. Surely this is voiced. We're entering a new city? No. Ah, there you are. If Queen Sween has registered you as guest, you should be able to march right in. And if she hasn't, then you may have a war of Zoroljaw's minions to deal with. Nothing's for it, but to see if Sween has betrayed us, eh? Thank you for your diligent service, friends. My companions and I would like to pass, if you be so kind. Outrunner guide on unit identified. Registration number verified. 6 accompanying civilians identified, verifying credentials. Goal. Whew, credentials verified. Welcome, guest of Queen's Fiend. What a relief. There you have it. It seems the Queen was true to her word. Follow me, everyone. Solution 9 awaits. Speak to me, narrator Aaronville.
Everkeep, a tower of electro
piercing a perpetual shroud of storm clouds. Occupying the 9th level of this 12-tiered structure is a residential district called Solution 9. In so naming their home, what hopes did its founders harbor for it? And did it prove the answer they sought?
Zactoral Solution 9.
Spectacular, isn't it? There are more districts throughout the tower, including industrial ones, but Solution 9 is the largest.
Just being here makes my head spin.
Perfectly natural reaction. A city of shimmering electrope, replete with strange technologies that cater to every conceivable need. We never dreamed the light back home in Tuliolo. Now, while I go and explain the situation to those in the back room, why not take a moment to explore? I believe lived experiences are far more educational than dry explanations.
Okay.
And you want to know more about Sphene and Zeralja's dominion, do you not?
I had a feeling you'd be keen.
Just to confirm, while we have been allowed inside, are we also permitted to roam?
Absolutely. As Sphene's registered guest, you'll find you're exempt from the sentry scrutiny. Ah, the elevator to the uppermost level. I wouldn't go near that. But other areas should be fine, provided you act like you belong.
All right then, we'll show ourselves around.
Yippee!
Yes. Familiarizing ourselves with the technology here will help us prepare for the battles to come.
You tell yourself that, Raha.
Try not to enjoy yourselves too much, or you're liable to attract attention.
Once you've explored to your satisfaction, come to the entrance to True View in the eastern sector. The way from there is a little complicated, so I'll send someone to guide you.
Understood. We'll see you later. I shall speak with the residents. Perhaps one of them will recognize the earring.
True.
What's with this place? How can this all be the inside of a tower?
So, what aren't you telling me? Where are you?
That, I can't reveal yet. Precautions, you understand. Just know that I'm safe. But come, tell me about your adventurer friend. You seem to have a great deal of faith in him. You must have been through a lot together.
You might say that. For instance, we found the entrance to the Golden City.
Wait, what? You did? Elnesphere, why didn't you mention this sooner?
You want to explore together?
Cute.
It's not that I'm scared or anything. Everything is just so different from home is all.
Hey! Tower's inside a tower. I see it, but I still can't believe it. For now, I say we proceed straight ahead. If we feel like we're getting lost, we can always turn around and go back the way we came. I want to do this quest up until... I just finish it. How do we get over to that side? Is there just like a little thing that'll take us there? Crossroads already? This place is too much. I have no idea where I should go. Right, I made up my mind. Let's head to that building there. Well, that was easy. Honestly, I get the vibe so much. The person is so real. Oh, wait, quest on. Wonderful.
I was worried you might
This is
have
so
had trouble
Super
at the
Mario
checkpoint,
RPG.
but I see everything went according to plan.
Well, that's thanks to you.
No, what do you mean shared goal
Now,
with
I
Zorolja?
know you've scarcely arrived.
Let's talk about that.
But I have a request to make of you.
We don't know, but I know.
Oh, a request you said.
Yes, an important one.
Okay.
I'll say it plain. I want you to make peace with Zorolja.
Unfortunately, unlikely to happen.
I thought you said you weren't on his side.
We have come no closer to seeing eye to eye, nor do I condone his methods. Be that as it may, I don't want you to fight him. I don't want you to regret a decision made in anger and haste. Unequipped with regulators as you are, the risk is too great.
I appreciate your concern, but you asked the impossible. Zorolja murdered our father. His minions slaughtered our countrymen. He will never renounce his war. As vow of resolve, it falls to me to stop him. I know you love your people too, and so you must understand how I feel. Why I cannot, will not back down.
She's so glowy, dude.
I do understand. All too well. Let me say only this then. Zorolja will use any means to win. If you would protect your people, return to them at once and prepare. Prepare as best you can. It may ring hollow coming from the queen of an enemy nation. But unlike me, you still have the power to determine your own fate.
You really are a curious one. Look, you needn't worry for us. We have dependable comrades holding the fort in Tulihiola. They'll keep everyone safe, so we can devote our attention to affairs here.
Please. So you have comrades on whom you can rely. I envy you.
I still don't trust you, but I
know,
feel bad for you.
We'd like to learn more about you.
About me?
To be frank, we're still not sure whether or not you're trustworthy. So, if you have a moment, would you show us around the district? That way, we can get to know you better.
You're asking me, the Queen, to show you around? Oh, but I jest. I'm flattered that you've taken an interest in me. Very well. I shall be your guide. You're my guests, after all, and teaching you about my realm would be a pleasure in and of itself. If you like, I can introduce you to my citizens, too. I consider them family, as you do yours.
Nice.
By all means, we're in your capable hands.
That you are. This will be an enjoyable and enlightening tour, I promise.
You did it! Let's finish our guide. We need him fear getting lost. Alright, with that though, I shall be heading off. I got work to get ready for, and I don't want to get too far and then be mad that I can't continue. Alright, I'm probably going to explore and look at all these little ethernets though. Toodaloos, bye-bye! Wow.